All right, everyone. It is kind of late in the evening tonight, and I had a project that I wanted to bring you guys along on. It's one of those deals where this whole thing started out probably around October, I think. And so, as something that is really in close proximity to welding is hot work or forage work. Many years ago, I used to work at a blacksmith shop in Mesa, Arizona. And it was that was, one of my aspirations was to be a blacksmith. And so I've always just kind of had that fondness for doing hot work and blacksmithing and stuff. And so anyways, I never got around to buying a forge until just recently, and it's been sitting in the box for a long time. And so I bought it because I knew I had a project coming up where I could use it. And so to give you kind of a backstory, there were times when at this blacksmith shop, you would have crane companies and rigging companies that would, they would come in with engineered drawings, and they would want things made out of a lifting ring that was made out of 1-inch bar stock. I think maybe it's 1.25 inch bar stock. I had to make an elliptical lifting ring that would accommodate lifting straps. And so, gosh, that's probably been 25 years ago or more. So anyways, I love doing that type of work. I was always the first guy that would, take on the hot work jobs just because I enjoyed being around a forage and a power hammer and just heating stuff up. Hold on. So anyway, so recently I got a project where I needed to have lifting hooks made for a project that a friend of mine, he owns a company that rents out concrete equipment, like rider trowels and stuff like that. And so what they needed to do was make an adapter that would go onto a auto lift, like a frame lift that a mechanic shop would have. So on the lifting arms, they had to make these adapters that would accommodate hooks that would go on a rider trowel, because rider trowels have a tubular frame that just kind of goes around the outside edge to protect the blades and stuff. So anyways, I talked to him and I said, yeah, this is definitely a project that I could do. And so I'm doing it right now because it's night and it's a little bit cooler. And I feel like the conditions for doing hot work are ideal right now. So let me get you guys turned around and show you what I got going on. All right, you guys. So this is what I have here. This is the VEVOR 3-burner forage. It's kind of the deluxe model, I guess, that has a door in the front. And then if you come around this way, you can see it has a door in the back. So if any of you guys are considering purchasing this forge just based on the price, or you're just in the market for a forge in general, I would say go ahead and order this one. I've used it enough where I would feel good about recommending it. So basically, the things that I really like is the ability to throttle it down. I think I'm running it right around 2.5 pounds of pressure, and it's maintaining a really consistent temperature. I don't, the metal, I was running it around 4 pounds last night, and it was literally almost to the point where it was melting the metal. It's blistering the metal, almost to the point where the mill scale was bubbling on it. By the way, this is a piece of 1-inch by 1/2 inch bar stock. Anyways, another thing too that I would feel good about purchasing this forge, if you were in a shop and you had a couple of guys and you had to do a production order, you could have one guy working up front on this end, and then you could have another guy working on the back end there. And you could just load this thing up with bar stock or whatever, and you would do just fine. Another thing too, that while I was looking at this, I was worried about the temperature of these hoses here, and I was worried about them getting too hot. And so that happened to me the other night. So there's a slide valve here that goes in front of your Venturi. So what happens is when you go ahead and you close these up, just depending on how many burners you want to use, when you close it, it acts like a dam, so it prevents the hot air from going up And it works really well because see, I can touch this here like this. I mean, it's warm to the touch, but I can still touch it just fine. Anyway, so let me go ahead and show you guys the back side of this. Again, I apologize for my camera work. So this is the back door here. And then, I mean, you can just see that this thing just purrs just beautifully at low pressure. I didn't treat the fiberglass with anything or the brick with anything. There's some videos where these guys, they're like adding stuff to it, because I just wanted to just see how this thing would just do naturally on its own without, you know, adding stuff to it, or, you know, or trying to fix something that's not broken. So anyways, let me show you more about what I got going on here, and then I'll show you, you know, I'll pull a hook with you. So these are the hooks that I did last night. There were 4 of them. And then this is the lifting arm out of the automotive lift. These are the replacement pin plates here. This is what they look like. And so this is one that has kind of a mock-up. So what's going to happen is I'm going to trim these down and trim this down, and then I'm going to weld. There's going to be one here and then one here. And so let me show you how I made these hooks. So I made this bending die right here. It's just all made out of scrap. This is 3/8 by 1.5. And then this comes out like this. This is just kind of like a really big bushing that just, you know, drops in. I got a little bit of grease down there. And what I did was I just welded it to my table. And then here are my stopping blocks. I got one here for my depth. And then I got another one here that works as my stop for my material. So what happens is, so when I do is I get these, oh, and then also these pins here they're just 3/4 inch hot rolled, and I cleaned them up a little bit. So what happens, so this is, you can kind of see here there's a faint line, and this is where my material lines up. So the back part of my cheater bar here, it goes past this. So when you put your material in and you bring it around, you just bring it all the way around to the back side like that, and then you're done, and then you pull out your material, and you have like a perfect hook. And so all of these, they're all really, really uniform, and they're all really smooth, no hammer marks, just very, very consistent. So I think that piece is plenty hot, so let me see if I can get you guys in the stand here. I got everything set up, ready to go, and let's do this. If you can hear me, it got a little bit of a twist to it, so I'm going to see if I can straighten it down. Sorry, I have to go to the vise to straighten it. All right, got it. All right, it is very, very warm. But anyways, that's how you do hot work. This one kind of got away from me, and it's probably just because that I was trying to get something on camera for you guys. You know, that's how it is sometimes. Anyways, so this is just kind of a really, really elementary way of just kind of expanding, you know, adding versatility to your shop. All right, you guys, I hope you found that very useful and informative, because I know that there is a lot more to welding than just doing reviews and just running beads around stuff. When you have the ability to do forage work, or like blacksmithing in the practical sense, where you're actually like making tooling or stuff like that, it can really give you an edge on, you know, your competition, I guess, or just, you know, it makes you that much more attractive to contractors and, you know, people that need stuff done work, because sometimes you can't just weld stuff together. You have to like literally like use your brain and forage stuff. Anyways, I appreciate you guys joining me. If you are interested in more of this type of content or whatever, please let me know. Anyways, thanks again. Have a great Super Bowl weekend. I might try to get another video out tomorrow, just out of spite, because I've just kind of lost interest in ball sports, just because of all the stuff that's kind of, you know, gone on recently. I don't know if I should talk about, you know, politics and stuff. I probably shouldn't, so I digress. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Also, you can check things out on Instagram. I'm at 26fe.ironworks on Instagram. I feel like I'm rambling, so once again, please like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.